Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'll be giving my review for Five Nights at Freddy's. This is another film that I hadn't planned on reviewing, but with how much hate this film is getting, I feel like, to me, I don't see the hate for it. I don't understand what people are hating on this film for. Now, I will say I've not seen the video games or whatever it is. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh.
I've not seen any of the, games or whatever.
Addison's watched other people play it, but she's not played it.
Yeah. But, so I went in with no real major history of Five Nights at Freddy's. I know the characters, I know the gist of the story of what it is.
I didn't know any of the characters' names, and I don't know all the characters.
But, to me, one of the biggest complaints I've heard is that it projected itself as being a horror film, but it isn't that scary, and it's not really a horror film. And to me, the way I look at this film is it's an introductory horror film that you can watch with your family and get enjoyment out of it.
Some kids, I wouldn't say all. Like, we're not letting Addison watch it right now. But
I mean, she technically could watch it.
No, there's anything else going on.
But it would just depend on, because there's no nudity in it. There's no, is there even really a lot of cussing in it?
No, it's pretty PG as far as, like, inappropriate things.
You get one really somewhat graphic death, and then you see the aftermath of another one.
They do cutaway, or they just don't show anything.
Yeah.
So it's pretty tamed for a movie. I wouldn't, as far as that goes, I wouldn't mind letting a kid watch it. Mm-hmm. But if they're into that type of thing, but it's just, the reason why I'm not letting Addison watch it right now is just because of it being animatronics. I don't want to give her nightmares, because she already has trouble with sleep anyway. So that's the only reason why.
Yeah, I think the animatronics look amazing. They did a great job with them.
Yeah, they did decent on that.
I think Josh Hutcherson, this is probably my favorite role from him. I think he plays a sort of zonked, drugged out character, because he takes sleeping pills because he's trying to remember who kidnapped his brother.
Yeah, not like a druggie in a bad way.
No.
Like, he's trying to, it's a purpose.
His character is very docile. He's very, I don't want to say boring, but you could tell he needs to lay off the sleeping pills some.
Yeah.
And I think he played the character very well. I think this is my favorite character he's played.
At least off the top of my head, has he done anything big since Hunger Games?
Since Hunger Games? Probably not.
I don't think he's done anything like huge since Hunger Games. And I liked him in Hunger Games, but I wasn't like crazy about him. His character annoyed me a little bit. But his best performance would either be this or, which is weird because he was really young in this, but Bridget Terabithia.
Okay.
But I love that movie. But I feel like it was a different type of character than what he's used to playing. Mm-hmm. But he did really good in it. And he takes care of his sister.
His sister, yeah.
And he does decent at that. It wasn't anything, like, crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they had your typical sister-brother relationship. They argued, they fought, but you could tell there was still love there.
That's right. Face.
Hey, at least she got killed.
That's a good point.
But I loved how they did change the story up a little bit, which I liked.
Yeah, what did they change?
It was supposed to be Josh Hutcherson's character's dad.
Oh yeah,
I think.
and ended up being
And it
the cop's dad.
So I like that change. It gave it a little bit of a different story in a way. I loved Matthew Lillard in this.
I was gonna say Matthew Lillard, my man. I swear.
I was
Screen
hoping
references were like, oh my god.
I was hoping it wasn't just going to be a cameo thing from him, because I thought if it's just a cameo, I'm going to be so mad.
Because we saw him at the, I guess, the temp agency place, and you could tell like something's going on with him, but then they sort of cut away. You don't see him until towards the very end, and so the whole time I was like, is he gonna pop back up again? Because I didn't want that to be he's Matthew Lillard, but
yeah,
it was all worth it
once you get to the end and you get the knife swipe, and then you get his line that he gives. It was definitely just a happy, smiling moment, one we thoroughly enjoyed and
let me tell you,
was giddy over.
So overall, like, you really like this movie, right? I was sort of on the lower end of that. I didn't really care for it that much, even though Josh's acting was great and everything. However, the movie was almost saved just by Matthew Lillard alone, because that part was really amazing. But until Matthew Lillard popped up, I was sort of bored. But it's not usually my type of movie, but I was just bored in it.
I can definitely see why you were bored in it, because with you saying, it's not your type of movie. I don't know, to me, the way I just see it, it's an introductory level horror. You get your standard, I mean, you gotta look at this movie like Spirit Halloween, or...
It's like higher up than Goosebumps and
Goosebumps.
Scary Stories, but not quite tier level. Is that what you call it?
It's definitely in that realm of Scary Stories, Goosebumps.
And I think Addis would be
Halloween,
entertained by it. It's just I don't want to give her nightmares.
So
she would love it. She wanted to watch it last night, and she was like, "I want to watch it. I'm not too young." Like, you don't even know.
So yeah, it's just, don't go into it expecting an adult horror. I mean, you're not going to get...
It's not going to be The Conjuring and Exorcist. And
it's not going to be that level of horror. And I think that's what a lot of people were looking for and was expecting. And when they didn't get it, they got bored. They got mad.
I wasn't expecting anything. I was expecting to actually hate it more than I did.
Yeah.
Only because it's not my type of movie. So I liked it more than what I did, but even then, I'd only give it like a 2 out of 5.
Yeah. So, for me, I gave it a 4 out of 5. So we were 2 stars difference.
It was a little more than usual. Once it comes to Hallmark, and then you're way
up. But yeah, a 4 out of 5 for a introductory level horror film that you can watch with the family is a solid score. I would say, if you've watched this and didn't love it or hated it because it wasn't a full-fledged horror, maybe watch it again, but this time as an introductory level horror. Or if you've not watched it yet, go in expecting more of that introductory level horror.
Okay, but do you think it's more than a one-time watch? Oh, well, you ordered it.
I ordered it.
I don't think it's more than one time. I don't think it was theater-worthy.
Not theater-worthy. I wouldn't have sat through the theaters for it. Which I don't like sitting through the theaters for anything, really.
No, you usually do it for me.
Yeah. So that don't say much when it comes from me.
But I don't feel like it was theater-worthy at all. Why is the camera outside? I don't feel like it was theater-worthy at all, but I can see how some people would enjoy it. Not me. I don't go for the moving animatronic stuff in horror movies. Just like, I didn't like the Banana Splits movie. I didn't like, there's another one.
Now, the Banana Splits movie is more the adult horror.
Yeah.
But the only problem with me with the Banana Splits movie was the animatronics didn't feel like animatronics, and some of the stuff felt so overacted or overdone.
Who
Like
was in that movie?
nobody that I know
Oh.
big.
There was another one that was similar to that, to the animatronic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember what it was.
Probably
But
Spirit Halloween.
no, I didn't even watch that.
Oh, that's right.
But anyway, yeah, it
Tricky.
was just
Megan.
it was just boring to me.
But yeah, I'd say, you know, give it a second chance, give it a shot. Just don't go in expecting bloodshed, gore. It'd have been nice, but you know, that's not what we got. They kept it good for kids to watch too. So, and I can respect that. So, anything else you want to say? Mm-hmm. All right, so that is everything for our review of Five Nights at Freddy's. So please come like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for our videos, and we will see you all in the next one.